Peace and blessings. It's your boy Chef Soul, and welcome in to the smartest podcast in the world. Today's podcast, episode number 3, is titled, Will You Relax? No, it's not put like that. It's more of a question. Will you relax? Do you know how to relax? Part of every complete cycle is a calibration period. Even machines need to rest so they can be recalibrated, right? 7 days a week. The creator gave us 6 days to work, and on the 7th day, you're supposed to rest. Which, by the way, everybody knows that Saturday is the 7th day of the week. And if you don't know that, then you just ain't smart. But our human bodies need rest. That is part of a complete cycle of who we are. That is holistic. We'll get into this in another episode, but the capacity of the human brain, not only the elasticity and the physical structure of the human brain, but also the computing and the cognitive capabilities of the human brain have declined as fast as technology has risen. They almost correlate, they're almost parallel. The incline in the use of technology and the decline of the human cognitive abilities. So that's something we're going to study later. That was a whole lot of big words for y'all out there. Do you lay awake at night with a million thoughts running through your brain? You can't sleep. You thinking about your business. You thinking about your job that you got to do the next day. You thinking about all of these things that you want to get done and get accomplished, right? You want to keep up with the Joneses. You got to hustle. You know what I'm saying? No, I sleep when I die. I rest when I'm old. Are you under all of them kind of mentalities? You may be overstimulated. You may be suffering from anxiety, maybe even depression. Hey, you might even have digestive issues. That's all a product of being overstimulated. Now, in today's times, we have so many devices, so much technology. Even our children, we got a whole generation of kids that's born basically with a laptop in their hand or an iPod. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sorry, not an iPod, but an iPad. You know what I'm saying? Whole generation of kids. You know what I'm saying? Digital babies. You know what I mean? And so it's very possible. Also, when you on social media, you are, in essence, when you going back and forth with people, even as you viewing people's images, you getting involved in conversations and groups and this, you are imbibing other spirits. You are imbibing other people's energies. And that can disrupt your own energy. Now, you couple that with a holistic point of view, you're not eating right. You're eating at weird times, like I do. Eating at weird times can cause you to have weird dreams and stuff too, but that's for another day. You have all these sensory and cognitive overstimulation, and it's affecting you physically, mentally, and spiritually. We own businesses. We got employees. We got all these responsibilities. We got all these things to do. Again, we want to live. We want to keep up with the Joneses. We want to keep these bills paid. So we want to run. We're going to use our free time to what? Run. You will run yourself into the ground. I have been there. I have done that. I have overstimulated myself to the point of making myself sick, to the point I had bumps and hives popping out. Nobody could explain. No doctor could explain why. I was breaking out all over my entire body. I had hives on my penis, man. Do you know what it is to have hives on the pee-pee? That's bananas. Yes. And at the end of the day, I didn't eat anything crazy. At the end of the day, they could only attribute it to the stress, the mental fatigue, the anxiety, and the depression that I was going through. And it was crazy because I never had that. This buttery brown ain't never had no wild bumps and stuff, popping off all crazy. You know what I mean? So it was wild for me. One doctor described overstimulation as having too many tabs open on your mental browser. You know what I'm saying? So many voices, so many energies. You're being affected by that. All right. Um, it will cause you irritability, sleep deprivation, or sleep disruption. You getting up in the middle of the night worried about stuff, that bill, that situation, muscle tension, emotional shutdown, and even digestive issues. Now, what happens is the amygdala part of your brain triggers a stress response, and cortisol and adrenaline start to suppress your blood flow. The blood flow to your prefrontal cortex is what regulates focus and reasoning. You know what I'm saying? So, this situation basically makes you not be able to think clearly. Think about it. Have you ever been there? Have you ever been so stressed and tired that you just want to slap somebody? um Brain foggy, focus off, you know what I mean, can't get things done, info retention severely compromised, you know what I mean. um there are several ways that you can manage this situation, and that's what I want to talk about in this podcast, right? Again, technology got us watching all these screens, spending a lot of time focusing on these electronic things. There's people who believe that these electronic devices, emit radio waves that's harmful to the body. Research is still out on that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to comment on that right here, but that is plausible. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of things disrupting. It's a lot of energies. It's a lot of stuff we don't see moving about. But we are physical and spiritual beings. So that stuff, we're being affected by all of that. You know what I mean? Now, one of the things you got to do, man, you got to limit multitasking and digital overload. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to not multitask. Okay. It's okay to concentrate on one or two things, but if you juggling 8, 9, 10 things, you might be doing a disservice to one of those things anyway, because, you're spreading yourself thin. Digital overload. Every year I take at least a 30-day break from social media. hmm I also took the advice of Sam Hinkie, who's the former GM of the Philadelphia 76ers, whom I used to be a chef for. I used to be a chef for the Sixers. And I ain't talking about the concession stands. I'm talking about I cook for the players, the coaches, the owners, and them cats. And I heard Sam Hinkie give a interview, and he said that he doesn't go on social media before noon. He does not go on social media before noon. He wakes up, kiss the wife, kiss the kids, go through his mental processes, his physical processes that he needs to do in the morning. And if somewhere around 8, 9 a.m., he starts to get his mind wrapped around what he has to do today for his business, his job, and everything. But social media, again, you imbibe in other people's spirits, they thoughts, they energies. So I took that advice. I do not get on social media before noon, before I'm up and have done my meditation and prayers and whatever morning exercises I'm gonna do, whatever I'm gonna do for myself. Um, Also, you have to take sensory breaks. One of them, turn the TV off when you go to bed. That light that's hitting you while you're trying to sleep is having a negative effect on you. Trust and believe me. Trust and believe me. I know some people need the noise or need the whatever they get from it. It's not good for you. So stop it. You know what I mean? Also, let me tell you this. You don't owe anybody an apology. Okay. You don't have to explain yourself. If you need to take a break, that is your right to take a break, and you should take a break. You should have a place or a time or space that you can go to that's your sanctuary. For me, it's my car. I dated a girl who used a closet in the house. Besides her hanging the clothes up, it was enough space for her to sit in there, decorate it a little bit, have some uh, coffee or tea in there, and that was her sanctuary. When she had a rough day, bang, might not see her for a couple of hours, but you deserve that. Now, for me, it's my car, but also on Thursdays, I had to take off because I was burning. I was running 7 days a week. I got my hands on a lot of pots. So I was burning 7 days a week. I had to take Thursdays and be like, nah, I love the beach. I'm near so many beaches here in Virginia. I love to go to the beach. And one of the things I do on my time off, I love is to groom myself. I was looking rough last podcast episode. You see me all cleaned up, you know what I'm saying? I try to do this every Thursday, get myself together, manicure myself, clip my nails, do all the things that I need to do for myself. And I love that time. I need that time. Then I go wash my car, clean my car out, make sure it's all nice and spiffy, need those things. I take those things. People want to get my attention during that time. You may be calling me during that time. If I'm not answering the phone, it's probably because of that. Side note, especially if you're a man, don't you never, ever, ever ask me why I ain't answer my phone when you called. What? You not my chick? What? Maybe my brothers can do that. Maybe my blood brothers. Man, don't you ever ask me, I was calling you, why you ain't pick up? Why you ain't answer? Because I'm a click, hang that thing right on up. But I digress. Open, change my notes over a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Thursdays I take my day off. I love the process. Also, I learned this from my man Docs, the Brick City Buddha, my man Docs. And I'm hoping to have him as one of my guests one day. But enjoy the moment. Enjoy being in the moment of a thing and focus only on that moment. Now, what am I saying? I said a lot of words. For instance, he taught me when you take a shower, don't think about the bills, what you got going on. In that moment, be thankful for the warmth of the water. Be at one with the water hitting your body, the comfort you feel, the cleanliness you feel, the relaxation that you feel. You know what I'm saying? In that moment. It's like the turnstile after you get off the airplane, baggage claim. You don't have to pick up any of those bags. You don't have to pick any bags up off the turnpike. Don't pick up any extra bags mentally. Focus on where you at right then and there. The other thing I do, 3 ways to jumpstart yourself when you get up in the morning. So that even if you feel a little overstimulated or you feel like you didn't rest well, 3 things you could do. First of all, brushing your teeth first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning when you wake up, it activates, it does something to your brain. It like kicks it wake. Um, uh, I like to take a glass of water with a little squeeze of lemon in it because that gets your digestive system jump started. I also do this thing that's part of my Tai Chi morning regimen. It's called tapping. And basically, you stand and you swing your arms like this, and you're tapping your kidneys and the back of your hand against your back like this. And what it does is it kind of wakes up your liver, your kidneys, them organs in there, and your stomach. It gets it up, ready to go. And actually, you may need to go to the bathroom when you after you finish that because you've awakened up all of that stuff in there, and stuff gonna start moving around down in there. You know what I mean? Y'all like my T-shirt, "Heal Out Loud." I'm gonna try to get this brother that makes these T-shirts on my podcast too. Yeah, I forgot his name, but I'm gonna try to put it in the description of the podcast. But this is a dope shirt. That's what we about around here. Healing out loud. We're gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? Sensory overload is more prevalent today than ever before, especially for kids. And like I said, my mom used to make us do stuff. She'll pull us off of, for us, it was TV. My mom will pull us off that TV like, come play Uno or come you play some game that stimulates your mind. You know what I'm saying? Get off the video games, get off the TV. And we value that time. What's your favorite way to truly unwind? That's a question. Like, ask yourself, what really do you enjoy? For me, it's the beach, anywhere near water. I also have this new thing that I do where I go to this little spa because they have all of these different therapies and machines that help you not only relax, but they help you slim down, release toxins, and just provide you with overall better cardiac health Oh my God. If you haven't been down with infrared light therapy, it is amazing. It is amazing. It will help change your mood, your muscle tone, your blood pressure, all type of stuff. So take a look at this quick video and we'll come right back. Chef Soul in the building, and I'm at one of my favorite places in Williamsburg, Virginia. They got the Sunday Sun Spa tanning and spa services center, and I'm about to hit up this aquapod. Now this aquapod, infrared wellness aquapod, help you lose weight and flush toxins, soothe sore muscles, great for after a workout at the gym. It leaves your skin soft and smooth with mineral infused steam. Ooh, that sounds sexy. Let's go.
All you gotta do is lay in here.
Uh-huh.
Your head sticks out of it, so it's not in there.
Okay.
And then to start it, you'll click that blue button on the wall.
Okay.
And then
My crazy behind, I said, what do you do in there? Like, do I go in fully clothed? And she was like, well, you can if you want to, but I was like, what do people do? They go in butt naked? She was like, yeah, so I'm about to script. Let's go. You can't see me, but I am dripping wet. Oh my God, this show is dope. It heats up to about 115 degrees. You go sweat like but it's opening your lungs. It's helping you eliminate toxins, and oh my God. It's so relaxing. I had my healing therapy, 528 megahertz roller. Ooh, let me towel off and get up out of here. All right, we back. It sucks for y'all who couldn't see the video, who hear the audio only part of this podcast. But basically, imagine like a futuristic looking like hyperbaric chamber, and you lay in the joint, and basically it fills up with steam and coats you with. Yeah, look it up. And that's what Google's for. But thank you for joining me for this little podcast episode. And usually I have a guest on every week. We had no guest this week, but I hope I laid some good information on you. And just to recap real quick, you can find information about overstimulation from the Centers for Disease Control website, the CDC website, Mayo Clinic, and a variety of other places. But look it up. You may probably suffer from it too if you go through any of those behaviors and activities that I laid out and described. Take that Sam Hinkie advice, you know what I mean? Like limit your, not limit, but curtail and plan and put mindfulness into your social media use and your electronic device use. But also, please take a rest. Relax. You deserve it. Go ahead and slow down. It's okay. Everything that was there is going to still be there. Okay. We all got deadlines to meet. Okay. But you have to create for yourself a time, space, or place where you can relax. It's part of a natural cycle or complete cycle of existence. So I hope I laid some good stuff on you. Hope I was able to put some paint where it ain't. Your boy Chef Soul. I'm out. I got to go cook now.